Ooh! What should I do? I'm going to save here. I'm going to load later on when it feels like it's over and see if something changes for a longer time. Let's attempt to defuse the situation. I think you both are very talented and have very unique writing styles. Bullshit! I sink back into my seat. I really need to start preparing myself for difficult questions these girls might ask. Excuse me, Natsuki, but I don't think you have any right to talk to John like that. You know what I think, Yuri? I think when I first met you, it was exciting to meet someone who thought we'd share the same interests as me. But now I see that you're just some stuck-up bitch. Why are we in Act 2 already? They never swore in Act 1 unless you consider, like, dummies. It's no wonder you have no friends! Yurin's out of the classroom, wiping her eyes with her sleeve. I stare deeply at Natsuki. I see regret in her eyes. Second, I'm noting something down. I just wrote Fallen Angel. I see regret in her eyes. I should go apologize. Before I can process what just happened, Natsuki's already out of the classroom. I turn to Monika. Let's save here because I'll come back to this probably. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying... Oh. Wasn't paying attention. What seems to be the problem? Okay. Let's just load back here. I turn to Monika. Aren't you gonna do something? Should I? You're Miss President, aren't you? You should go resolve the situation. I think they'll be fine. She walks off. What the hell? How's the club president going to do anything here? I don't think you have any right to ask. I don't think you wants to see Natsuki right now, so maybe it's best if I intervene. I start to walk towards the door to go find Yuri. John! Stop calling my tracks by Monika's sudden shift in tone. You should stay here. Yuri just needs some time to herself to calm down. There's something ominous about the way Monika said that, but maybe she's right. Yuri will come back when she's ready. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. It was alright. Sean, how about you? I guess it was okay. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. See, our poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. If any like, that means I can at least do a better job expressing those I want to impress. I nodded to myself with newfound determination. John! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sarah beams at me. It really has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent so much time together. I can't say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri. About what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No! It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? I think to myself, I shouldn't judge people based off only just 2 days. No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, John, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is getting to be so much fun. Alexa seriously hasn't caught into this kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat her on the shoulder. I say that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, let's do this. Time to write another poem. Yuri seemed to like the last one I wrote. She seems to be fond of using symbolic meanings in her poems. Maybe we can do something like that again to impress her. Why is there still literature club music when we're no longer in the literature club? Well, I'm back in the literature club. I look around, everything seems to be going normally. Yuri's reading a book and now disappeared into the closet. Hey Yuri. We're gonna skip ahead already. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. I turned my head to read a cover. Portrait of Markov? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. I actually have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? That sounds great, Yuri. Thanks. If there's one thing to make my reading time any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I fall and board just to retrieve a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this into the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, she appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? I hand Yuri back the water pitcher. Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you rather than just standing here. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. What are you two up to? You and I... We were gonna get some... I still need some weird sounds to explain to Monica. John and I were gonna fill the water pitcher, Monica. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's Monica, but you can't remove your nose from other people's affairs. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve John in club activities? Or are you upset because I'm doing more to involve our new member in the club more than you are? Mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, John. Yuri quickly exits the room. I look around the room. I see Sayori dig her face deep into her book. Over in the corner, Natsuki recedes back into the closet. The look on Monica scares me. I quickly follow Yuri out into the corridor. In the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. Yeah, Monica probably would be a bit like, this is my club and I can't lead it properly. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? Why'd I have to make myself so unlikable? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. Once again, it wasn't the right thing. It's just not as bad as you're making it sound in her head. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. And I'm still wondering. She was being snoopy. Snoopy? Nosy. And henceforth, someone needed to put her in her place. But this was a bit aggressive, so henceforth wasn't the right thing to do. And I still don't think that it was being judgmental. And as club president, she kind of had to be a little bit nosy there, too. Because as club president, when there are two people leaving the club, and you don't know why, you probably should ask why they're leaving together. Is one of them feeling sick? Or is it sick or something? Is one of them feeling sigma? Sorry, that was... And henceforth the other one has to go with him to the nurse's office or something. John, look at me when I do something bad. You're being nice to me. Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Sniffing again, sorry. Yuri lifts her head. John, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. Did I just get friend zone already? I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help you feel better. Anyways, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. We arrive at the water fountain. Yuri begins to fill up the pitcher. Again, I've seen the staircase in another mod before in Ringhouse, I believe. Is this like is it just like free to use and that's why people tend to use it? There's no shame in that, of course, because mods are free as well. They're just passion projects because they love the game and want to tell a story with these characters. So there's no shame in it, but I'm just wondering. Here begins to fill up the pitcher. Yeah. John, do you think Monica is mad at me? I think back to Monica's blank expression. I don't think Monica's the type of person who would get upset with something like that. I should apologize to her. Right? I think so. Just tell her how you feel. It wasn't right for her to intrude on us. You're right. Yeah, that's more like it. I'm just not very good at displaying my emotions. I don't really get to experience social interactions as much as other people. And when I do, I usually end up embarrassing myself. I unintentionally give her a look of pity. I try to come up with something to say. Yuri... Yes? She looks at me with upturned eyes. Like I'm some sort of painting she's appreciating in a museum. I think you have enough water. Huh? Yuri looks down at the pitcher. The water is completely overflowing and spilling over. Yuri quickly lets go of the button. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Yuri, it's fine. It is. Yeah. I'm sorry I distracted you. Then okay. Yuri dumps out the excess water. I need to do something here. Yuri's clearly still on edge. Yuri, look at me. Huh? It's going to be fine. You didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't focusing on the water. I'm not talking about the water. I mean with Monica. You don't have anything to worry about. Are you sure? I'm sure. Here, I'll prove it to you. From this moment on, I promise I will do everything in my power to stop anything from hurting you. I realize that was probably a very odd thing to say to a girl I met only 3 days ago, but... 3 days ago? Oh, I guess that's how some people say it. I would say 2 days, 2 days ago, I would say, usually. So, thank you, John. But you can't promise that, but it makes sense for the MC. He has this weird need to take responsibility for people's safety, even when he has no idea what he should do. Huh? Let's go to the classroom now. I was probably wondering where we are. Yeah, let's go. I'm not entirely sure what just happened, but it appears you is at least let go of her current anxiety. As we enter, I can feel the penitent stares of the other club members. John, do you like oolong tea? I'm not really that knowledgeable when it comes to tea, so I guess whatever is fine. Well, perhaps I can teach you sometime on the art of making tea. Yeah, that'd be a nice date, huh? I guess I said too much. Is there blush tone down? I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining things. So, what exactly is the first step of making a hot cup of tea? I do my best to lighten the mood. Oh well, allow me to show you. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I should learn less when I'm making tea for others. even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking recently, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. But it's you who's around anyway. It's getting hot again. That's great, Yuri! Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, John. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. My face is probably bright red at this point. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. John, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Huh? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can move my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain really regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes! I have terrible reading posture! So that's why we should sit on the floor. I'm 99% sure we're not talking about posture, but I think it's best if I just leave the conversation at that. I'll go get the book. I drew the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it will go well with the tea. You and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are huddled even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri settles close until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? I always found Yuri cute since the moment I laid eyes on her, but when she's being less apprehensive, I feel like my heart is about to burst! Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Oh, thanks. Holding for my hand that's not holding the book, and I'm in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her posture. I don't know why I like this so much. As like a joke or pun. I don't know why I thought that was that was peak comedy for me. Poor people with big breasts. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. I'm sorry, that sounded really weird. She wears her intense reading expression and can only presume the world around her has faded away. I call upon every reserve of willpower I have in order to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. Book? Run, Lena! Kinu shouts at me. I run as fast as I can. Ugh! I hit something solid and fall on my back. Upon impact, the back of my head collides with the earth. My head begins to throb uncontrollably. I try to see what I ran into. A god appears before me. He gazes down at me with a sinister smile. He then motions to another guard and shouts something foreign. Get off me! Oh wait, I can yell from several yards behind me. I try desperately to see what's going on. Suddenly remember I have chocolate with me. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. And I'm going to save that just to be sure. Oh. No, I'll do it here. And then use the other slot for something else as well. He opens the book with both hands. She also doesn't have any hard of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. My brain is short. Oh, fuck me. My brain is circuiting at this point. I hate when I sometimes have words that I know what it means, but I can't say it. Because I've only ever read it. In that case, Yuri's already been dragged back into her book. I take a chocolate and powdered candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as the situation was completely natural. What the hell am I supposed to do here? I can't stop now! Apparently placed the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closed her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looked at me like she was confirming what just happened. Once again, we have no idea what happened to the chocolate. Done. Sorry! I guess I shouldn't have done that. One of these days I will hold a conversation with the girl without making a fool of myself. That's... Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. At this point, I can hear my own heart racing. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. I am in too deep now. Too deep to stop now. I notice to take another chocolate between my fingers. I start to place it into her mouth, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. Her lavender eyes pierce through mine. Amethyst is just rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I have half the chocolate sticking out of my mouth. I lean my face towards Yuri. It's as if both of us are in trance. Our faces ever growing so closer. Well, I don't know if the chocolate picture will be. The rest of the world is gone. Just me and Yuri. That's why I saved. It's just me and Yuri in this single moment in time. Okay, everyone! Ah! In my panic, I accidentally inhale the chocolate. I start to cough uncontrollably while the other members just stare pitifully. I gulp down the rest of Yuri's tea to wash down the chocolate. I think we were the Uwa one. What? It's time to share poems. John, you can have you for the way the tea is served, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell's abruptly broken. Oh, I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. You picks up the teacups from the floor. Once I come down from my near-death experience, I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much of a word between us. I get the feeling that something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Show and tell time. Ready to take a look at my poem today? Of course. I'm eager to see how you've improved. I wouldn't exactly say I've improved, but we'll see what happens. I hand you my poem. Mr. Fingers. Despite bitter judgment, despite what you know, eternity is encased in a rusty cage. No one can leave. No one can be free. The feeling of rust on the fingertips, like rusty spoons. It's almost the horror of the sound of rusty spoons on a rusty cage. Scraping, scraping, scrape. As contamination washes over the desolate landscape, the birds, chirping, turn to cries of men. The howling wind turns to the screams of children. The rustling leaves turn to deafening silence. Silence is all there is in a rusty cage, except when the silence is broken by a rusty spoon. This definitely had a better structure, and I feel like it had more like Yuri words, more than of the others too. Mr. Fingers. Because of the rusty spoon. I wonder if it was supposed to be like inspired of the book. Done. I really hope Yuri doesn't figure out I wrote this poem down in one go. I have no idea real symbolism or anything. Literally everything in my poem is just scrambled words put together to pretend to have meaning. Oh. Yuri's very perceptive. Yuri's a very perceptive reader though. This isn't good. She's gonna find out I bullshitted my poem. This poem is phenomenal. What? If I had to guess, dissecting the poem, I can see a lot of symbolism. At first glance, it may appear as if the writer had no idea what they were doing. She had that nail on the head right there. But diving further into it, the way it described the rusted cage and spoon, and the use of auditory examples. John, correct me if I'm wrong, but this poem is describing the mind of someone with schizophrenia, right? Well, people write about schizophrenia differently. Could be about schizophrenia, but actually... it could have many meanings again. I assumed it was related to the book because of the MC, and I couldn't figure out how the meaning was being put together outside of what we know about the MC. If I tried to focus it like another person wrote it, I could read very many things into it. I don't think my first thought would be schizophrenia, really. Could simply be isolation. Someone with trauma. Someone in an abusive household. Someone with emotions they can't express. Could also be like relating to Yuri. Took me a bit longer to think of that, but I was able to interpret that into it due to some of the... oh god, I wish we could look back at the poem. Anyway, I could read that into it anyway. Specifically with the auditory lines, actually. It's like there are these pleasant emotions mixed by like the leaves, and then they're just deafening silence. Oh, I forgot what the other one was. What was one with men screaming? I just was able to relate to it on a level of me having weird emotions that mix together in a way that they don't make sense. Like something so positive, yet something so negative in a very neutral situation. So that's how I kind of ended up trying to see what I could interpret into it. I came with that, and it does feel kind of like a cage, because how do you explain to someone else that you have like these negative thoughts and associate something positive with it, or like the other way around? Because it's difficult sometimes, especially in some ways. The cage representing the mind. That's not very metaphorical. No, it is metaphorical, but that's to be expected. The rusty spoon symbolizes the sporadic thoughts that pound on one's brain, and the word sounds are the hallucination one hears and sees. That doesn't necessarily mean schizophrenia. I wanted to... Because this is like... This could just be psychosis and not schizophrenia. And this can be also in like victims. In... I wanted to say victims of trauma, but there are many cases in which you can get psychosis from it. It doesn't even have to be anything done to you or anything genetic. It could be substance abuse can even lead to symptoms like these. So, why schizophrenia of all things? What the fuck? Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what I wanted to convey when writing it. Your poem is indescribable, but in a good way. But I feel like it was a bit... like something that could also, meaning-wise, just be with Sayori's level of writing. But with the usage of word, yeah, it would be more pleasant to Yuri. How did you manage to pick up on these techniques so quickly? Thanks, Yuri! Although I'm sure it's nothing in comparison to what you wrote. You flatter me, John. However, you shouldn't cut yourself short. With more practice, you will be able to display what to the reader your most inner thoughts. I don't know, Yuri. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Milk spills. Anyways, please continue. Yes. As I was saying previously, you shouldn't be afraid to be more daring with your work. Rather than writing down your thoughts, write down what you see and hear. Isn't that kind of... what he did there too? That sounds like a good exercise, Yuri. Maybe I'll try it out. An example of that... if you'd maybe want to... I'd love to read it. Yuri's master Yumi hands me her poem. Because the raccoon also has like these simple parts though, so it makes sense. With the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon and urges, basically right away stating specific things. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. From what we can tell from this poem, Yuri didn't cut herself out of any negative emotions. She had this knife collection, and she felt this curious thing, like this curious urge. She probably just wanted to try it, and she was already aware that an urge like this, where which can like self-harm is addictive. And she knew it, and she still ended up engaging with it. What she describes here is not like some sort of, I am sad and henceforth I cut myself. What she is more describing is, she was curious, she tried it, and it gave her this excitement out of it. She got excited because of it. And due to that, it's like her reward system set in, and it led to her engaging in self-harm in probably like this manner of this excitement. This last sentence didn't really make much sense, but she started being addicted to it because of the endorphin rush it gives her, basically. She has like a good endorphin system, and so she gets this rush of it, and that's her reason for self-harming. And she didn't seem to start doing it either because of anything sad, but she was engaging in something guilty. Here, not self-harm yet, but so probably her knife collection. And she gave in to this urge that she feels is unordinary, like it makes her a strange, abnormal human. I was more having with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. Maybe I'm just dense, but I don't have even the slightest clue as to what this poem is supposed to mean. That's right. It's a bit close to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions to them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. There are silly people who do make fun of others for self-harming, so I do think it's a valid concern to have. Do you really think that Yuri nods slowly. Well, I suppose I can't speak for everyone, but I want you to know that no matter how strange your hobbies may be, I would never judge you based off them. You don't really mean that? Of course I do. Everyone has their own weird hobbies. Everyone has their own weird hobbies they may not want to share. Plus, it's not like you're doing anything dangerous, right? Yeah. Right? I mean, I know you have a lot of... I know I have a lot of guilty pleasures I'm embarrassed about. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, John. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I'd feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now, I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. I tried to hide the fact that I'm starting to blush. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Well, once again, that's everyone. After yesterday, I felt it was a bit easier to share my poem today. After all, anything would be a big improvement from the poem I wrote for yesterday. On the other side of the room, Sarah was talking to Natsuki. Wait, so she didn't kill him because their mothers are both named Martha? Yep. That's lazy writing, don't you think? As I pan my eyes down the room, they stop on Yuri and Monica while sharing their poems. Ooh, interesting. It looks like Yuri's trying to apologize. Yuri, let me tell you something. Monica leans into Yuri's ear. Do you understand? Yes. I don't think normal Monica... I mean, the question still is this normal Monica? And what exactly did she say? Because self-aware Monica could have said something, albeit not completely intense, as it might be. And normal Monica probably wouldn't be doing this. Yuri nods timidly. What was that about? I begin to walk over, but Monica grabs everyone's attention. Okay, everyone! I believe that concludes the poem sharing for today. Monica, I have to go early to catch up on homework. Is that okay? Sure, Sayori. See you later. Bye! Sayori's goodbye and skips off. I have to go too. My dad is making dinner and I have to be there on time. That's good without saying anything else. Monica goes behind the teacher's desk to do club president stuff, I suppose. I guess that just leaves Yuri and me. I walk up to her. Hey, Yuri. Is everything alright? Is there something you want to tell me? I've gotta go do something! Yuri rushes out of the room, clinging to her backpack. Well, that was odd. I turn around to stare at Monica. Hey, Monica? She looks up from her stacks of paper. Is there something you need, John? Do you know what's going on with Yuri? She's a strange one, isn't she? Not that there's anything wrong with that, mind you. Yeah, but she seems to be acting stranger than normal. Well, maybe you should just ignore her. Ignore her? You isn't used to being around new people. So I just shouldn't talk to her? No. It's okay to make some light small talk, but just don't get too attached. You have a way of being a bit obsessive when it comes to these things. Now I'm really lost. I've no idea what she's talking about. I don't think I'm following. Look, John. Just don't get too close to you, alright? I mean, you can always spend time with me. I begin to blush. That Monica, the class that just asked me to spend time with her? I shake the thought out of my head. I don't know, I feel you and I have been getting along rather well. Monica. You don't really know Yuri though, do you? I mean, sure, she's mysterious, but I think I'm learning more and more about her each day. Also, earlier Monica whispered something in Yuri's ear that seemed to really bother her. What did you tell Yuri earlier? What do you mean? I saw you whisper something to Yuri and... Oh, don't worry about that! It was just some girl stuff. There's something here that she's not telling me. But I'd be dreaming if I thought I'd be able to get information out of Monica. Is there anything else you need, John? I guess not. Awesome! Well, if you don't mind, I have some club president stuff I have to do. I guess this is how Monica not so subtly asked me to leave. Alright. Bye, Monica. Ugh. Girl stuff. Yuri seemed really bothered by whatever Monica told her. It must have been really unnerving. You completely ignored me and rushed out of the room. Perhaps I'm overthinking this. And what is Monica saying about Yuri being obsessive over these things? What does she even mean by these things? What does she mean by obsessive? I feel you and I have gotten fairly close and I'm starting to actually understand her. Or perhaps she's only showing me what she wants me to see. This is getting me nowhere. I can't focus on anything else except Yuri. I need to clear my mind. Perhaps writing a poem will help. Sweet music. Okay, I'm back. Let's see, I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm back. I was somewhere real quick. Although I'm pretty sure none of you noticed. Well, the school day is over. Time to head to the literature club. There was some odd tension in the air yesterday. I want to talk to Yuri to clear things up. I don't care if Monika told me to stay away from her. It's obvious something's bothering her, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I arrive in front of the door. Before I open it, I can hear muffled shouting from the other side. What the? I hastily open the door. Monika, I'm sorry for disrespecting you. I don't want your apology. Ever since you joined the club, you've been toxic. You sit at your desk, face shoved into a book, and don't communicate with any of us. You outcast yourself and take up space. You know there's this thing called a library, right, Yuri? So if you're gonna come to just sit to read and isolate yourself, you can do it there. What do you say to that, Yuri? Yuri exhales sharply. I think you're a total bitch! You have no right to treat me this way! You think you know everything, but guess what, Monika? You're just some dumb slut! You think because you're popular you can walk over everyone. Well, think again! Because when I'm done with you, not even your own parents will recognize your passion. Yeah, go ahead, Yuri. Show what you really like. Show John what you really like. Yuri glances around and notices that I've been in the room this whole time. John, wait! That's not what you think! I'm not really like this! Yuri's eyes frantically look around the room. Here's a suggestion, Yuri. Have you considered killing yourself? It'd be beneficial to your mental health. That is... Monika is out of character here. Even as a self-aware character should be out of character here. And Yuri was out of character too, sadly. Just a little bit, a bit too intense for still no amplifications. Well, unless there are amplifications. It just didn't seem like it. Yeah, and Monika's completely out of character again. Like, even in the main game, she cares about the club. Would not really work this way. Once again, Yuri rushes out of the room with tears in her eyes. Monika, what the hell's wrong with you? Well, she's out of character. Of course there's something wrong with her. You're going to blame me? Why would you say something like that? Now you see how Yuri really is. I can't believe this. Monika went out of her way to show the worst side of someone. You're disgusting. I turned to see that Sarah is also here, but in a chair, hands tightly held against her ears. I need to find Yuri. I wouldn't do that, John. You may not like what you see. Go to hell, Monika! I ran out the room without another word. I will have to retract a lot of points for Monika's character again. From the canon part. Now, time to find Yuri. I run down the hall, looking through empty classrooms, trying to find her. I make my way to the end of the hall near the staircase. I can hear muffled sobs coming from upstairs. That has to be Yuri. I went upstairs as quickly as I can. Yuri! What the hell? Yuri. What I see makes me feel sick to my stomach. Oh my god. John! You weren't supposed to see me like this. My brain scrambles trying to comprehend what's before me. Or my eyes, I don't know. My thoughts are hasty as my body takes over. I start to roll closer towards her. No! Stay away from me! I'm a freak. Yuri, please. Let me help you. Their scars look deep. Let me see if the nurse is still here. No! Please don't. I don't deserve to be helped. I take another step towards Yuri. Yuri, I just want to make sure you're okay. You saw me. You saw me behave in such an indecent way. Back at the club, Yuri completely lost her control. But anyone would in a situation like that. I would do it by running away crying, though. I have so many pent-up emotions inside of me. I was doing such a good job of bottling them up, but they just slipped out. I take another step towards her. I said stay away! She continues to back up and away from me. I don't know what to do. She's locking herself in a cage when all I want to do is let her out. Why, Yuri? Tears crash around her. Trails of blood stain the floor tiles. I can't help myself. I can't fight the urges. I can't control the pain I feel inside. I can't let people accept me for who I am. I can't accept me for who I am. Because who I am is a monster. I take more steps and reach out to her for her. Stop it! Don't you understand? I don't want to be helped! Just leave me alone! Yuri turns around and runs away from me. Wait! I chase after her, but it's no use. She's too fast and lose sight of her. I fall to my knees and hang my head down in shame. This was happening all this time. I should have known. I have to find her. Pressing my hands into the tiles, I'll heave myself onto my feet. I continue to rush down the alley hallways. As I turn the corner, I hit a small pink figure near the vending machines. Oof. Ugh. Oh, Natsuki, I'm so sorry. Which way are you going? If you were going any faster, you would have knocked me right into the ground. I'm sorry, I noticed she has some coins in her hands. Natsuki, why are you holding... Shut up! It's none of your business. Alright, sorry. You don't have to be so defensive about it, damn. Alright, I'm sorry. My dad just hasn't been doing good financially, so any money, no matter how little, helps a lot. Oh. Well, now I feel bad. Forget I said anything. Why are you here? Shouldn't you be in the club? Well, I was, but it's a long story. Anyways, I need to find Yuri. Why? Are you stalking her? Do I really come off as a stalker? Natsuki, seriously, I need to know where she is. Well, I suppose I could help. Really? How? She lives down the road from me. Can you take me there? Like I'm gonna help you stalk her. I facepalm. Natsuki, for real. For her safety, I need to find her. Oh. Fine. Since you put it like that, I'll help. But if you did anything to her... Yeah, can we go now? Natsuki leads me out of the school. What was that she said about her home situation? It sounds hard to believe her father doesn't make enough money to the point of having to look at the vending machines. The way she brushed off the topic makes me feel like there's more to it. I can't dwell on it too long. Right now, Yuri needs my help. I see this mod is struggling it's struggling with intertwining Act 2 and Act 1. And it's with Monica in general. Natsuki stops and points to a house. There it is. Thanks, Natsuki. Whatever, just keep this stay between you and me, okay? She walks off and is eventually out of sight. Nice house. I make my way to the front door. Here I go. I press against the doorbell. No answer. I knock loudly on the door. Yuri? It's me, John. I just want to talk to you. I look up into one of the upstairs windows. Inside, I can spot a purple figure peeking from behind the curtains. Quickly, she jerks the curtains shut. Well, this is definitely the right house. How can I convince you to let me in? Light bulb! I bang on the door once more. Yuri, I brought you our book! I figured since we left the club early today, we could read it somewhere else. Within 30 seconds, I hear the sounds of locks turning. I can't believe that worked. Yuri slowly opens the door, just enough to speak through it, but not enough for me to see inside. John, you shouldn't have come here. I know, but I couldn't help but be worried. Yuri, may I please come in? No. You should leave. Yuri starts to close the door, but I shove my hand into the small threshold. I'm sorry, Yuri, but I'm coming in whether you want me to or not. Yeah, that's not creepy or anything. This is definitely considerable as a break-in at this point, but I don't care. If Yuri hurts herself and I did nothing to stop it, I would never forgive myself. Actually, I'm pretty sure that might just make it worse with the... Like, even in context of she's harming herself. I don't think that's a good approach to it. I can sense Yuri backing away from the door. Thank you. Once I walk into the house, Yuri stands before me. If I had known better, I'd have thought she'd been kept in here for weeks. Standing this close, I can now see her arms clearly. Or I guess I should say what's left of her arms. It's clear some of those cuts are fresh and had to be made recently. If I hadn't came, who knows what would have happened. Yuri. I'm sorry. But you have to see me like this. I'm not really comfortable sharing this side of me. Then I won't make you share. I pull out the book of my bag. Infinite Isolation. How about we just sit down and read? In the short 2 days me and Yuri have had, we're already about a third through the book. Okay. For the first time, Yuri's eyes leave the floor and look up at me. Is it fine if we sit on the couch? Yes, that's fine. Do you mind if I go clean myself up really quickly? Of course, Yuri, take your time. Thank you. With that, she turns around and darts upstairs. What did I get myself into? I take a seat on the couch and wait. Phone sounds. As I'm looking around the room, my phone vibrates in my pocket. Huh? You can't run from me forever? Who the hell? I type out a response. Who is this? Another text? She doesn't deserve you. Probably Monica, but... even main game Monica with the player had to have had bad things happen to her before she got very possessive and obsessive of you. What the fuck is going on? Who is this person? How do they have my number? John. I jump out of my seat from the unexpected sound of Yuri's voice. Yuri is now standing on the other side of the couch. I'm lucky she's not some sort of assassin, because she could have easily snuck up behind me and snapped my neck. Snapping someone's neck is harder than it looks like in the movies. Is everything okay? Yeah. I was just waiting is all. She's now wearing a cotton sweater to hide her arms. You didn't wait too long, did you? Not at all. Come sit down. I'll gesture for Yuri to sit beside me on the side of the couch. Oh, are you sure? Well, how else are we supposed to read together, silly? Yuri takes a deep breath to calm her nerves. She then looks back at me. I suppose you're right. With that, Yuri slowly steps to the side of the couch next to me and stiffly sits down. Yuri takes the book from my hand and opens it to the page we stopped at previously. As we continue reading the book, we are following the main character. She is now forced to live the rest of her life in a small cell with no human contact. She is constantly haunted by visions of her dead husband who was brutally hanged in front of her. She is also tormented by hallucinations of the guards laughing and mocking her. She is slowly starting to spiral into the dark pit of insanity. I wake up in cold sweat on the floor. I try to get up but fall back to the ground. Ah! Everything hurts. I don't know how much time has passed since Keanu was hanged. I stopped counting the night cycle after about a week. It just seemed pointless. I haven't got any sleep either. How can I sleep when every time I close my eyes I see his body swaying underneath a tree? Those damn bastards. I go through the small sink in my room and run the cold water. Failure. Huh? I hear an ominous voice call to me. I look in the mirror and my reflection stares back. Suddenly it opens its mouth. You couldn't save him, it whispers to me. Do you know how important you were to him? And you let him die alone? No, I say. I shout back at my reflection. Stop it! You're not real! Oh, I'm as real as you are, it responds. I am just a reflection of you, after all. She or I say that in a matter of fact. The reflection continues to pester me. You can't hide from me. I am you. I scream at the top of my lungs. Get out of my head! Punch the mirror and it shatters. Glass falls to the floor. Stare down at the broken pieces and they stir back. It scares me. The emptiness in my eyes. With shaky hands I pick up a long shard of glass. I firmly grasp it in my right hand. I then turn to my left arm. It's like writing a book. My arm, the page. The glass, my pen. Clenching my eyes shut, I press the glass to my skin. It's cold. I begin to move my arm. In panic, I jolt back and take my eyes off the book. I stare at Yuri, who fails to meet my gaze. I go back to the first day I read with her, when I told her that the main character reminded me of her. I feel like I'm about to throw up. Tears begin to fill in Yuri's eyes. Do you know why I shared this book with you, John? Because I don't know how to properly communicate with people. I don't know how to speak my true feelings. I don't know how to show people who I really am. The only thing I know are books. I had hoped that by sharing this book with you I could somehow show you a glimpse of my mind. But now I realize that was a tragic mistake. Because now you see who I really am inside. Yuri... I shout and grab her hand, but she jerks it away. Tell me why you're really here, John. What? You didn't come here because you wanted to read. You came because you felt sorry for me. You thought I would hurt myself, or even maybe... She trails off. I ask myself, why did I come here? It's not like I was forced to. I only met Yuri 2 days ago. So why do I feel so obligated to help her? You're right, Yuri. Huh? She looks up at me. I stare deeply into her lavender eyes, and they pierce back. I didn't come here originally to read with you. I came because I was worried about you. Because I want to help you, Yuri. What you're doing is dangerous, and I want to help you stop. But John, I can't. Don't you think I've tried? I know the dangers of it, but I can't stop myself no matter how much I want to. Why would now be any different? Once again, I reach for Yuri's hand, except this time she doesn't move away. I hold her hand gently wrapped in mine. Because this time, Yuri, you're not alone. I'm going to help you, and we're going to get through this. Together. Why help me? All I've done is bring you into this world of hurt. And every time you show affection, I push you away and tell you to leave. Yet, for some reason, you stay. Because because that's what friends are for. They stay by each other, no matter how hard life gets. I almost told Yuri I love her. Do I love her? I don't even know what love is. I don't have any friends, John. That's not true. Because now you have me, and I won't let anything or anyone hurt you from here on. Suddenly remember something. Oh, I almost forgot. I have something for you. I grab my bag. You went at the club today, so we didn't get to share poems. I pull out a sheet of paper from my bag. I wrote this. For you. Me. I know it's not in your preferred style, but it does express how I feel. I wrote it yesterday. I just had a weird feeling, and I wanted to express it. I didn't write anything. That's okay. Do you want to read it? She silently nods. With hesitant hands, she reaches for my poem. Amethyst Angel. You keep your oh god, oh no, that's a spelling mistake, took me completely out of it. You keep your secrets locked inside. There's a storm within your mind. I'll be the light to guide you through the dark. I promise that I will fix your broken heart. I know you're hurting deep inside. I promise it will be okay. I promise no one will ever hurt you. We can find that special day. You're too perfect for this world. Your heart is made of solid gold. I promise, pretty lady, that together will grow old. I went into your twisted world of pain so I could get you out. You're such a beautiful person. You're the one I can't live without. It's not a preferred writing style, and it's again with this message of, I can fix you. I'll take responsibility of you, even though I don't know what I'm doing. But that's so the MC. Just not so at all the name I picked for him in this case. For some reason it rubs me the wrong way that they used like that special day in something that's quite a different context. Well, whatever. The rhymes are good. And I feel like the structure is the best it has been in the poems thus far. I can't tell if that was intentional, if the creative Demod just had a easier time to write this type of style. The only problem is really the you keep you secrets. This is this. Tears start to glide down her cheeks. I just want to help you, Yuri. Yuri looks down at her sleeve. I can see dark red stains forming in the cotton. She didn't clean her cuts. I reach down towards her sleeve. Her then quickly latches onto mine. John! Please, trust me. She slowly exhales and hesitantly releases her grip on my arm. I slowly roll up her sleeve. Now that I'm this close, I can really see the damage. This poor girl's completely mangled her arm. Lines upon lines of cuts all in a row. Some new, some old. Some shallow and some dangerously deep. Do you have a first aid kit? Yuri nods and stands up. I get up and she takes me to the bathroom.